Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System 22 and we're designandtechtips.com. Well, we had a great question on one of our other videos. We were doing some interactions with the new Divi 5 theme, and somebody asked if we could create a hero section with a hero image, and when they hover their mouse over it, add an interaction to bring some content in. Pretty much exactly what I've done here, but there's an easier way than using interactions. We're just going to use Divi's inbuilt hover effects to do this today, and it's really easy to do. No coding involved whatsoever. So let's get started. If I hover over here, you'll see that content come in, and I've added a little notification for tablet and mobile because it'll work perfectly on those devices, but they'll have to tap on it. So if I hit my F12 key, I'm using Google Chrome here with the inspector tools. Here it is on the iPad. As you can see down there, I've just got a little blurb module that says tap here, so they know to tap on it. That'll bring the content in. Tap off again. I'll get rid of it. Exactly the same for the iPhone. There it is right there. Tap on it and tap off. Like I said, really easy to do. So let's get started. I'll get rid of the inspector tools there. Let's start a fresh page. I'm going to go up here, add a new page. We'll go and give it a name, Hero Hover, perhaps. And of course, we'll use the Divi builder. I'm going to go ahead and build from scratch, and I'm going to add a row with a single column. To do this today, I'm going to add a Divi group module. This has been added with Divi 5 here. And what it does, it allows you to stack modules on top of each other within the group here. So I'm going to start off with perhaps a blurb module. I'll leave it pretty much how it is. I'm going to go over here. I think I'll use an icon instead of an image. We're under content, image and icon. I'm going to flip that to on. Throw in whatever icon you want there, obviously. I'm just going to go over to my design and throw this content into the middle. Now, the great thing about a group module, as I said earlier, you can add a new module within this group. So we'll add a new module. Now I'll just simply throw a button in for expediency. And again, with the button, I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm just going to pop it in the middle. Obviously, you want to put a link in or whatever you want your button to say there. Okay, well, they were asking for a gradient background. I'm sure you know how to do that, but we'll do it. I'm going to go into the group module. Background's always under content. Second tab along to the gradient right here. Let's add a background gradient. Obviously, pop in the colors that you want to pop in there. I'll leave it on that default blue. Let's throw a different color in down here, perhaps. I'm actually going to have mine elliptical down here. At the moment, we've got it linear, so it's going from top to bottom. You can have circular, elliptical, and conical if you want to. Elliptical is going to work for me. Perfect. And if you want to add another stop, just left click on here, make it the color you want. You've got another stop there. Don't like what you've done? I certainly don't. Just right click on it, delete gradient, back where we were. Great. Well, that's kind of working for me. If you want to tighten up those circles, we can left click, pull these together, and those colors will separate a little bit more like that. Fantastic. Okay, can't really see that content. I'm not actually going to give it padding top and bottom because I'm going to give this whole thing a fixed height in a minute. So let's at least make it that we can see it. So I'm going to click on our blurb module. Over in design, I'll make that icon so I can see it. I'll make it white in color. Fine. And I'll do exactly the same for the text. I'm going to close that up. We can do the content and the title text both together under the text here. I'm going to change it from dark to light. Or of course you can do them individually down here. And for the button, all I'm going to do for that one, in design, button, use custom styles. I'm just going to change the text to white. Now, of course, you can go adding as much or as little content as you want. You can add rows in group modules. With the great new features of Divi, if you look under content, you can go to elements. You can actually add modules to modules. It really is awesome. But that's not what we're looking at today. So I'm going to call that done. Now I want mine to be full screen. Well, not full screen, but full width of the screen and perhaps 80% of the screen height on all devices. So to do that, I'm going to go into the row. I'm going to make it full width by going to Design, Sizing, and the width here, I'm going to type in 100. Under the max width down below, I'm going to type in 100 and the percentage sign and hit Return. As you can see, it's full width there. Perfect. Now it's got a gap top and bottom. That's going to be in the section, the blue tab here. Let's get rid of that spacing top and bottom. Again, over in Design, we're in the section, spacing, padding top and bottom. Simply put a 0 in there, hit this little chain, it'll do the opposite side. That's taking care of that. We're now butted up against our header here, exactly what I wanted. Now, like I say, I want this to be a minimum of perhaps 80% of the screen size on all devices. So I'm going to do that in the actual group module itself, this little grey tab here. Once we're in the group, go to Design, Sizing, just a bad spacing there. I'm going to use minimum height. That way on smaller devices, if it needs to for the content, it can get bigger. I'm going to type in 80 VH for viewable height. Perfect. But I want my content sort of slap dab in the middle there. To make that happen, really easy. We can roll up to Layout just above Sizing. It should be set to Flex. It is. We can roll down to Justify Content. Hit the middle if you want it in the middle, bottom if you want it on the bottom, top if you want it on the top. Again, another fantastic new feature of Divi 5. That's going to work perfectly for me there. But as you saw with our other page, what they wanted to do, they wanted to see this great image first and then have this content slide in over the top. And as I mentioned before, they were asking about interactions, but you really don't need to use them for this. And I'll show you exactly why. So if we go back in here, I'm going to go into the row. We know it's the same size as our module because our module is covering it in there. I'm going to put the actual image that I want to see in the background of this row, the green tab right here. See, we're in the row. Again, background always under content. We'll throw in the image we want. We used that crazy one before. Well, let's perhaps use this one this time. Now, obviously, you can't see it because all of our stuff's on top of it. And all of our content here is contained within our little group module here. Now you could add an interaction that when the mouse enters, we could hide this, and when it leaves, we could bring it back. Again, that's another new feature with Divi. To find it, go over to Advanced. There's the interactions. Like I say, we can add one. We could say on mouse enter, toggle visibility, or hide, whichever element you want. But I'm not going to do that because we need to add 2 interactions to get this done. And I can do it a lot easier just by using a hover effect. So still in our group module, I'm going to head back to Design here. I'm going to use filters to do this. I'm going to roll on down to Filters. I'm going to roll on down to where it says Opacity. It's kind of see-throughness or transparency. The more we take it to the left, the more that image is going to bleed through, as you can see there. Initially, I just want to see that little image on its own. Then when you hover over it, I want the image to come back. So I'm going to leave the opacity filter just like that. I'm going to roll up to the top here. Little icon that looks like a computer monitor, left click. I'm going to set it to hover. When they hover over it, I'm going to bring the opacity all the way back so they can see that content. If you want a bit of the image bleeding through, then you don't have to bring it all the way back. But I think I will for mine today. Now here's something really important. Whenever you create a hover effect like this and you've gone to desktop to hover, as we did, once you've done what you wanted to do, make sure that you go back to regular desktop. That's really important. If you don't, any edits you make while you're in hover mode will only happen when they've got their mouse hovered over it. So we're switched back to desktop. Fantastic. Now the time it actually takes for that to fade in with Divi is 300 milliseconds, which is pretty quick. If that works for you, fine. Just under 1/3 of a second. I like to slow it down for a bit of drama. To do that, we can go over to Advanced. Here's Transitions. There's the default 300 mils. I'm going to make mine perhaps 3/4 of a second, 750 milliseconds. Don't want any delay, want it to happen as soon as their mouse hits it. And my go-to transition speed curve, ease will work. Ease in there is my go-to for my hover effects. Great. Now, of course, this is going to work perfectly on desktop. They just roll over it, it'll happen. But on tablet and mobile, nothing's going to happen unless they actually tap on it. And they need to know that they've got to tap on it. So if you want to add a little notification, like I did with this one over here on tablet and mobile, it's pretty easy. I'm actually going to flip to wireframe mode here. We can see the structure of what we've got. I'm going to add a new module. Again, I'll use a little blur module, but I don't want it inside the group module. I want it outside the group module, still within the row. So I'm just going to left click, drag it, and drop it just outside the group module. As you can see, there's the grey group module. We're no longer within it, but we are within our row here. Perfect. If we go back, you'll see it's sticking down the bottom and it's pulled that image longer. But don't worry about that. We're going to fix that in a moment. Okay, well, I don't want any content. I just want it to say perhaps tap here, or whatever you want yours to say that's appropriate. We'll say tap here. Barely legible down the bottom there. I'll fix that in a moment. Again, I'm going to use an icon instead of an image. Let's perhaps find a hand. Something that looks like a tap or a click. I think that's what I used before. I'll roll down a bit. There it is. Actually, I'm going to use that one because I want to make it white. Now I'm going to roll over to my design. Image icon. Well, like I say, I want to make it white. Obviously, you color yours however you wish. I'm going to make it a lot smaller. And I want it on the left. So image icon placement, I'm going to pop it on the left. I've got the text on the right there. I'm going to make it perhaps pretty small. 16 pixels should do it. Similar size to the text I got there. That'll work. Now let's go down. That heading text, title text right here. Let's make it a color we can see. That's better. But as you can see, it's at the bottom there. It's not quite in the middle. I want it to be at the bottom of our gradient here, and I only want it to be visible on tablet and mobile. So we can fix that easily. Still in the blur module that we put down there, I'm going to go to advanced. I'm going to use a bit of positioning. So if we go down to position here, I'm going to switch it from default to absolute. That'll give us a little matrix. You may think it's disappeared. It hasn't. It's top left at the moment. As it shows here, you can put it in the middle, right in the middle. I want mine bottom middle. Perfect, just like that. That way it's not going to interfere with the gradient that's on there. But of course, we only want to see it on tablet and mobile. Make that happen. Still in advanced. Visibility just above here. Disable on desktop. It'll grey it out slightly. Perfect. Now, if we've done everything correctly, this should work for us. So let's save our changes up here, save draft. And we'll go ahead and preview. And there it is, fantastic. Just that hero image, when the mouse enters it, it's going to come up with the content there. They can click on it, read it, do what they want, take the mouse off. It's going to disappear again. If I hit my F12 key, here it is on iPhone 12. It's got our little tap here. So if I click anywhere on it, it's going to bring in the content for us. Tap off. That's fine. Might have wanted to add a little padding left and right for that one, but that's okay. And if we switch it to an iPad Air, there it is again down there, telling them they can tap on it. Something is going to happen. And again, that'll bring in the content. That content works good. Perfect. Let's get rid of our inspector. All we need to do now really is go into the blur module. I'm going to go down to design and spacing. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to flip it to phone mode and put a bit of padding each side. That was a bit busy on our phone there to do that. Padding left and right. Let's say 30 pixels left, 30 pixels right. What does that look like? I think that's better. Not quite as crowded. And remember, similar with our hover effect, anything you do while you're in mobile mode will only affect mobile mode. Anything you do on tablet mode, similar, and obviously desktop mode. Great. Well, we should be good to go. Let's resave. And we'll re-preview. Again, I'm going to hit my F12. Now let's go down to phone. There's our little tap here. That's a lot better. So there we have it, guys. There's a little hero section for you with a fantastic little hover effect. Like I say, I didn't use the interaction because I think this is much easier. If you're interested in interactions, have a look at our Divi 5 interactions playlist, and we've got a Divi 5 hover playlist too, which may interest you. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you have any questions, pop them down below. I'll do my best to answer them if I can. We'll make a little demo video just like this one. So once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.